This is Navonod. I ran it up from nothing but a free roll tournament to 400 almost, 390 something. And had my first real big losing session last night. I mean, not real big, but playing NL20, I lost about 4 buy-ins. So I'm going to drop down to something pretty small. One, because of my bankroll. It's dropped by almost a quarter, and two, because I know I can beat these levels, and I mean, not that I don't think I can beat an L20, but and three, I want my confidence. I gotta get my confidence back. That's what I feel. I feel like whenever you take like a lot of beats, it's good. It's just a good idea to drop stakes. You do some damage control, get your confidence back. Make sure you still like understand poker, and you're not just all of a sudden becoming bad. And plus, I think this is a good kind of poker game for you guys to watch, because the mistake propensities of our opponents are going to be a lot more pronounced. This, by the way, could be a check back. I'm assuming that my opponent is a calling station, and so he's going to make a lot of calling mistakes on a flop like this. But if I knew this guy was pretty good, I probably would just check back and maybe call a turn lead. And now I think we can value bet. I'm real happy to see that we're going to value bet small and hope to get looked up by a jack or a 9. I'm real happy to see that he didn't bet the river. I mean, he could be playing cautiously with like a queen 10. That's definitely possible. Being the game just started, we don't really know much about this guy. He might be okay at folding, because I'm trying to think of what hands call on the flop, but then don't pay off that tiny little value bet after it goes check on the turn and then he checks on the river. Maybe he did have some kind of second pair on the flop and decided it just wasn't a good idea to continue with it. So I guess my initial read is maybe he's got a fold button, maybe. Just because of my read that he can fold, I'm going to open a hand like this against him. But anything weaker, I think I'm just not going to open against micro-stakes players. Yeah, this guy, you know, I normally have an opening range of about 80% on the button, and this does not qualify. But I may have to just go, or be able to widen that up and just start raising any 2 cards on the button. I don't like the fact that he came out with 3 times the big blind, but I think my hand is just too good to fold heads up. We flop nothing, so we're just going to check and give up. I would like to see what happens when he checks back the flop and I lead the turn, because a lot of times you'll find out that when some players check the flop back, they fold the turn a tremendous amount, which in my opinion is terrible. You should almost never, as pre-flop raiser in position, be checking the flop to fold to a turn brick or on a turn brick. If I check the flop, if I check back the flop as pre-flop raiser, it almost always means I've got some kind of showdown value that's not going to fold to a single bet on the turn. And I think that's a better way to play. 8-5 is 2 that I would defend. Probably I would defend like an 8-6 offsuit maybe. So I think I was at the dead top of my not defending range. And as long as it looks like he has 2 different bet sizes, and I think I've seen him min raise, like right here. Sorry, okay. Here I'm checking back not to fold. If he bets here, I'm not folding, even if it was a brick. Okay, so another read is when he checks and then checks again, he's probably just giving up. So this guy should be fairly easy to play against. But if he's got 2 different raise sizes, and I believe he min raised early on, then we do need to be a little bit more selective about what hands we play against his min raises. Maybe not. I mean, maybe he just uses this as standard. Even so, we need to tighten up comparatively. Like we're going to defend. We're going to have to / be able to play less hands profitably out of position against a 3 times the big blind raise as we would a min raise. And of course, we're going to 3-bet light a lot less also. And I mean, the less often he's actually making that raise means the tighter his range is when he does. That should change the range of hands that we're going to play also. And obviously, I mean, tighten it up. Wow, I'm getting laid a huge price, but that's literally the first time he's raised. I don't think I'm going to be able to fold basically anything for that price. This looks like a real good flop, but I don't know. It does smash my range. I mean, he can easily put me on like a 10 jack. He should not have a 10 jack, but it also hits his range pretty well. It should be interesting. I think he's going to check this flop a lot, and a lot of times he's going to be checking to give up. And the rest of the time he might be checking to check raise. So I think I'm going to check back and pot control my 2 pair. If he checks again, of course, we need to start building a pot. And I think we can bet for kind of thin value. Against like a king jack, ace king, pocket aces even. Fuck. We're getting 5-1. I think we're almost always beat here. But can we win at least 20%? Wow. A quarter of the time. When we're betting for thin value, we ought to be folding to a raise, but I just can't help myself. Sometimes he's going to get a little carried away, apparently. Boy, that was very surprising to see that hand, but I could see him doing it with like aces. Generally speaking, if you can beat some of the hands your opponent might play that way for value, and you're getting a price, you have to take it. Because there's always a non-zero chance that he is making an accidental range merge, like I would think that last play was, or that he's overplaying a value hand, or, well, same thing, I guess, or that he is bluffing. So yeah, I mean, I absolutely stand by my call there, although I don't expect to win that often, and that would be about the last hand I would expect him to make that move with. I would have thought he would just lead the river with that hand, and I think he should have led the river with that exact hand. Interested to see what he was playing, sort of like showdown value here. 6-4. Yeah, I don't think he misplayed that last hand really. He could have value bet the turn. Yeah, he could have value bet the turn. Other than that, I don't have any big problems with the way he played. Real close here. I think we've got all 3 options on the table. And I think I'm going to opt to just call, just simply because I think I'm better than him after the flop. And we've got a stack to pot ratio that I'm probably just going to, if I flop a top pair, I'm just going to have to go with it. And it never hurts to pick up that second pair. Good game, sir. And of course we will accept the rematch, and of course he will not. Let's see what the clock is. We're at 9 minutes. We won't have time for another match. So I'm gonna wrap it up at 10 minutes. Until next time, Navonod, running it up from nothing. Good quote, LUCK exclamation point, end quote.